Good morning. This is the Wednesday morning on the 24th of June, and I'm just going to go over what the children need to do for today. So, in the morning, the children arrive in drips and drabs. You'll find that children like Tiasha and Malik will arrive very early, and some of them will arrive as late as 8:15. So while we're waiting just sort of more or less for everyone to arrive, they usually keep themselves busy doing comprehensions. They all have to do at least one comprehension in the morning, and sometimes I make them do more than one if they're sort of just waiting around. I also tell them to read their library book, and on Wednesday we usually swap our library books, so if you can just allow them to do that. Nadia has the key to the library, and you can just record in the green file what book they have got. Obviously they're not allowed to take another book out if they have not returned their other book. Alright, so that can take up until usually about 8:15, but let's just say at round about 8:30 start with the prac maths. So for prac maths, not prac maths. The next book they can do is Language for Life, and for Language for Life they can do this page here, page 47. We are busy with doing life skills, life cycles as a theme. This is our last week for that theme. You will notice I've put up the posters for the next theme. That's only because I won't be here to put them up next week, so I've already put the pollution posters up, so it might cause a bit of confusion in the classroom, but we are not actually starting this theme, so we're still busy on life cycle themes. I have put the two remaining life cycles that we're going to be talking about, which is the fly and the frog, up here if you want to use those posters. Alright, for life cycles we talk about all different animal kingdoms. So this is just a little bit about fish. It's quite a in-depth activity for them to do, and they're talking about sort of like grouping all different kinds of fish. So they first need to just circle all the fish in the pond, and then I think I get them to highlight the fish that I think these highlighted ones are the ones that they can eat, and then the ones they put a star around are the ones that make up pets, just so they can have a good idea. And then here they put the names of all the pet fish in this angel fish here, and all the fish that we eat into this fish over here. And then they also have to list the fish that live in fresh water. So it's a nice sort of grouping of different kinds of fish. Then they can just read this little bit here and answer the questions on that. Okay, but yeah, this sort of page involves quite a bit of discussion. And then for all books that they do, they need to colour in the pictures. I'm quite strict on that. The only books that they don't have to colour in pictures are their maths books. Alright, so once they've done that, then they can go on to prac maths. I've given 4 pages of prac maths. Prac maths, we're looking at space and shape this week. So we're going to do pages 93, 94, 95 and 96. So these books, for this book, I tend to work very slowly, and we do bit by bit. Typically I explain, then they do a section, then we mark it and see how they did in that section. So it can take quite a long time just to get through 4 pages, but I never ever just say do these pages. It always requires a lot of explanation and whatnot. Okay, so those are the 4 pages that they are doing in prac maths. Alright, that usually will take them up to about 10 o'clock. Usually 10 o'clock Moni comes and reads them, but at the moment that's not really happening. I usually say if they finish their work and they've got no catch up, they can sit at their desk and eat their lunch. and then thereafter around about 10:30 they can go outside and play. After break, when they come in, they can do geniet het. So for geniet het, they can do these 2 pages on page 49 and page 50. They go hand in hand. So here's the woordeskat that they need to use. We go through these sentences. We look at the pictures on the back. And we go back to the sentences and we see what order they will appear in. And then they can go ahead and fill in the sentences in the correct order according to the pictures. And again, they need to colour in. After that, they can do this handout here in their hardcover life skills books. Okay, so this is going to go in their hardcover life skills books. I'll show you an example over here. Sorry. Okay, so this is the hardcover life skills book. Whenever they do anything in the hardcover book, it gets a heading and a date. And so they can just stick it in this book and categorize these animals according to the different animal kingdoms. Alright, so that is that. And lastly, they can do this page in their top class workbook, and it's the fly life cycle. Alright, you can again just discuss it. They can complete it and colour it in. And again, just to show you, if you want to use this as a reference point as well, just to discuss it, the different larva stages of the fly life cycle. And that will take you up until 1 o'clock, and usually at 1 o'clock they have their second break. Alright, and then not very long after that is their homework period. Alright, good luck.